I heard the most wonderful story the other day, and Blythe's going to tell us this again. And it's a story of...
Stop.
Yeah, that was... When was it? It was, he told me... it wasn't on the phone. Anyway.
It was by telegraph.
But I was kind of part of the conspiracy too, so it was funny. But go ahead.
Okay.
Start from the very beginning.
Well, David had just gotten a job at Boeing, so he had just started working full time, and I was working in the lab, and my family goes on vacation every single year at the same place. They go to Ashland, Oregon for the Shakespeare festivals, and they just spend a week eating good food and going to plays every night. So they bought David and I tickets, but he couldn't work because he didn't have enough vacation time yet at Boeing. So I was really sad because I felt like when you spend time, this is a really good experience now, when you spend time with someone's whole family together, you just get to know a whole different side of them. So I was really excited he could come on vacation with my family, or really sad that he couldn't, because I wanted him to just see what it was like when I was growing up on vacation, the parks that I used to play in, and the restaurants that we go to, and just because that's a big part of who we are as a family. So we drove, 8 hours down, and my whole family was there, and all of our California families, not all of it, but a lot of our California family and friends were there too, and my parents told me that we were going to my very favorite restaurant for dinner. And so I put on a dress, and I did my hair, and I got all cute because I was really excited. And then we got to the restaurant early, so we went to the park that was right next door to the restaurant, which is the park that I grew up in. And it's this huge, miles and miles long, along this babbling creek. And it's designed by the same guy who did Central Park in New York City, so it's just gorgeous. And this huge swan pond. So my mom always brings like extra dry bread in her purse to feed the swans, which is kind of crazy. She's not really.
She's a hippie.
But yeah, so like, okay,
everyone else in
well,
Ashland, so it's okay.
yeah. I was like, okay, well, we got to the restaurant early, so let's just go feed the swans. So I'm standing at the pond, like throwing bread at the swans, and they're coming and like fighting each other. And then all of a sudden I look up, and my whole family's gone. And I just had this like feeling that, oh my gosh, they ditched me again. Why does this always happen? I have no idea where they went. And so I start looking around, and I'm like, I don't get it. Where are they? Because it's not, like, wasn't that wide open of space or whatever. And then all of a sudden, from the other side of the pond, I see David walk out of the trees, wearing a suit and carrying a huge dozen red roses. And so he walks towards me, and I'm just like, you've got to be kidding me. 2 hours ago, and you told me, oh yeah, I'm going to go to evening service at Green Lake in Seattle, and then we're going to go out for beers with guys tonight. And I was like, oh, have fun, that's so great, Annie. And he was like, yep, totally lying to me. And I said,
Well, I was actually sitting in Ashland Park already.
yeah, he was there.
Preparing for you. Lying in wait.
So I'm just laughing because I totally got tricked. And I didn't think he was going to propose for like a couple more months at least.
If at all.
If at all. Yeah.
The camera just dropped.
Yeah. So he's like, well, do you want to go take a walk? And I was like, okay. Through this park that you've never been to, and I know like every in and out and big toy and swing and everything like that. So we started walking through the park, and I knew already, because I was like, why would he drive 1,000 miles and have a dozen roses if this wasn't it? So he just took his sweet time, and we walked through the park and walked across all these bridges over the water, and then walked back over different bridges, and it was just really fun. And I got to point out to him, like, this is my favorite place I used to swing. And this is where I would, you know, play with my brother. And we had our family picture here. And so we finally get to this clearing, like way in the back of the park. And there's this huge stone bench right next to the river. And he's like, so do you want to sit down now and take a break? And I'm like, okay.